Okay, so what I'm doing is my rendition of a painting that was on Z Gallery. And I got my paint. Now you can use this with little bottles of craft paint that you can get at any craft store online, or you can use your regular household paint. And since I've already been painting my house, most of you know that have been following my Everyday New House vlogs, then you know that I have had a lot of painting I've been doing. So what I'm doing, it's best to do this on the floor or a place where you won't get a lot of glitter. So what you're going to need is a canvas any size you want and any kind of combination of colors of paint. I suggest one of your paints be white. Then you're going to need some of these paint brushes. Now you can use a regular brush, or you can use these foam brushes. You're going to need some Mod Podge. You want the glossy luster one. Some glitter. I just got this from Hobby Lobby. And then you want some decorative crushed glass. So what I did, it's got bits of mirror. I got this online. You can get this at Michael's also, Ashland. This is where I ordered it, at Michael's online. And it's the white colored crushed glass. It has mirrored pieces. I got 4 bags. It was on sale, which was pretty good. It's normally $6.99, as you can see, but I paid, it was 3 something, so I got 4 of them because I can use this in a lot of different projects. So now I'm sorry I don't have my cam and I'm not on a tripod. I can't find my cam. It's still in one of my totes. So in the meantime, I'm going to start painting right over here. And we'll take it. So again, sorry for not having a tripod. Like I said, I don't really have my cam or bright lighting. But this is what you're going to do. You can take a brush, any kind of brush, and kind of just do this. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want it wispy. Okay, so I'm doing my first level with a dark color. It doesn't have to be black. You could do whatever color scheme. If you're doing all purples, you could do dark purple, light purple. So this is what we got so far. So as you can see, I've been blending my colors. I haven't used any white yet. The key is to keep moving in a wispy section like this. And then when you're done, go back again. Just make different sections. If you find that you want more dark, go ahead and add more dark. And then you're just going to keep going like this. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Believe me, it'll look better. So now I'm adding the layer of white. I'm using regular household paint, nothing fancy, but you can get more shimmer. And I'm pulling some of the gray color. And you want to blend so it doesn't look, you know what I mean? It has to look haphazardly, not deliberate. And you don't have to make them a certain size each. Just kind of blend them in. Some could go up more and you could go back and forth. You see what I'm doing right now? And then you could go back and add a little more if you found that you went too crazy with one color, which is what I'm probably going to do right now. So you probably want a few different brushes, like 3 or 4 different brushes, depending on how many different color combinations. And you could buy a package, see, of these sponge ones. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not on a tripod. I'm sorry I don't have my regular cam. But as you all know, or most of you do know, I am working with all my stuff in totes. And I think I located where my cam is, but I have to go through the tote. It's really difficult when you move and you have your stuff everywhere. It's hard to... And sometimes when you're labeling, when you're moving, you don't realize that you get lazy towards the end of labeling, and then you just say this, that, and the other thing. You don't really get specific anymore, and that's the problem. So here I'm doing this. Like I said, it's best to do this probably outside on the ground because you can have a lot of glitter and cracked glass. It's probably going to go all over. I'm doing this in my cat's room. They're in my bedroom with the door closed. So now I'm going to add more gray with, again, just my regular household paint. If you can see how I'm doing this, you don't have to be an artist to do this, but you do have to have some sense of, you know, craftiness. But I mean, really, you don't have to be an artist or an expert. See what I'm doing? You blend. It's all about blending. Now I'm going to add a little more white to it. Just keep blending. If you find that you went too light, then add a little more of the darker color. See what I mean? It's all about blending. The edges, I'm not being too particular, but you can put some bling wrap on there or glue some ribbon with like shiny blingy stuff or any type of thing you really want. Sorry again, it's not on a tripod. You're just gonna have to bear with me, I think, throughout these projects until I get my cam. Now you see how I do this? I bring the darker color so it all ties in. But now I gotta lighten it a little. So it was a little too black. I don't want that. You want to rub out any harsh brush lines and kind of smear it, make it a little fuzzier. This is the first time attempting this for me, or any painting, I should say. So we're doing this the first time together. And I suggest you put, if you're doing it in the house, like a mat or something. Some people just throw caution to the wind and think they're going to be neat and not get paint all over stuff, but that never works out. You'll find that you'll keep going over and over things that you've done. Now I like to use the brush, to kind of blend it better. See? Blends it better. So you should have one or two brushes just to get those brush strokes out of there and it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, so that's what it's starting to look like. And okay, so I've been blending all my colors, and this is what you see. You keep blending. Now you can do this any way you want. It's kind of like an ombre effect where you're going from dark to lighter, but you don't have to be completely that way. And if you don't want those sharp little strokes, then you just take your brush and you could add a little lighter stuff to it if you want that. See how like I added that? But if I didn't like that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in there and then do that. And it's all about the blending. So just keep blending, 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 blending. And like I said, you just go in there and go like that. And you can smooth out those hard edges. See right here, the hard brush strokes. But they also really do lend nicely to the look as well. And when you add the glitter and the crushed glass with your Mod Podge, it all comes together. Now I got it somewhere where I want it. I'm going to let it dry for a bit, and then I'm going to add the high gloss, the gloss luster to the Mod Podge to the painting, where I'm going to put the glitter. And I'm going to pretty much put the glitter everywhere, but I'm going to center it around this area and where I'm going to be putting the crushed glass. So I will get to that in a minute. I'm going to let this dry. Okay, so I'm letting this dry, and this is what I did. I decided I didn't want a lot of white, but just a little bit. And like I said, it's really easy, and you can use those combination of brushes Now you can do whatever kind of colors you want to do. I chose the black and grays because that's the color scheme of my house. So my next step will be Mod Podging where I want to add the glitter. So I'm going to add glitter, and I'm losing my voice. I'm going to add glitter, then I'm going to go over it again with Mod Podge. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to add the cracked glass. I'm adding the Mod Podge, and now I'm going to go add the glitter. So I added the glitter, and a good amount, and now I'm going to use more Mod Podge to help seal. So this is what I got so far. Now you could just use the glitter, which just is nice. It's a little wet because I have Mod Podge and the cracked glass on it. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to let it dry, and it is messy. Warning, it's glitter, it gets everywhere, and the crushed glass, and you do have to tip it up to let it all fall, and then put another layer of Mod Podge on. So you might want to do this outside or somewhere where you don't care about all the glitter getting everywhere. Just a warning, do have something to put it on, and I'm going to mess with it after it gets dry. You do have to tip it over and kind of pat the canvas so that all the glitter that isn't stuck to it and the crushed glass that isn't stuck to the Mod Podge falls down. If you want to add more, you wait till it dries, you add another layer of Mod Podge, and go ahead and do that. And you just keep doing it till you get the result that you want, the look that you want. So this is what I got so far. I'm going to let it dry before I tip it, and then I'll see what I want to do. So the last part of this is to put a ribbon. Now I got this rhinestone ribbon. Now this is a wider one, but you really don't need it that wide this side. You can get any kind you want. I chose this. It comes on a spool. I got it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I got this at Michael's, but they have it at Hobby Lobby. And so I put the wider ones on this end, but I could use this, and I'm going to do this on this end. This is the last end. I held it up, saw where it ended. I'm letting my glue gun heat, and I'm going to do that. That's because you could just paint it all one color, but if you wanted something fancy or a little extra, then you can go ahead and do that. And since this is the glam look and it's all glittery, I figured why not. So I'm going to go glue that and then hang it back. This is the picture that I painted, all finished with the cracked glass and the glitter with Mod Podge and the ombre painting. And these are my curtains. We got these curtains off of Amazon. They're a little wrinkly because I still have to spritz them and get the wrinkles, but we hung them up. And that's the finished product. It's really easy. I'll be making more. You do have to put a lot of Mod Podge in between your layers. So that's the painting I did. And it kind of matches the curtains with the same colors. So it'll look nice with my new chandelier with all the crystal-y and the metal to match. Okay, it's coming together. We just have to finish the kitchen by putting the faux countertop, or the white marbly countertop, and the black sink, and the new brushed metal faucet, and our nice backsplash. And we have curtains coming for this. I wasn't going to, but we need them. Especially if it's that swarmy time of the termites, you want it dark in here so they're not attracted because they want to come in. Oh, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. You could order it online and go in. They're my stars. They're mirrors.